Many people think that if you buy a used car with a very dirty engine, you just need to change the oil regularly or put expensive oil in, and it will wash out over time. This is not really the case. If you change the oil every 100 kilometers, probably yes. But if you change the oil at least according to the regulations, the situation is a bit different. The thing is, when you put fresh oil in a dirty engine, the detergent additive package kicks in very quickly. Its job is to keep the suspended products of engine work and wear inside of it. However, that ability is lost when the detergent additive package kicks in. Even in the most expensive oils, the detergent additive package has a limited life and limited capacity. Therefore, after the package is triggered, all those products of wear and engine work begin to deposit on its walls, leading to the fact that the thermal conductivity of the walls is reduced. The temperature regime of the engine changes, which leads to premature wear, and possibly to scuffing and other problems. In particular, increased fuel consumption due to changes in the thermal regime and loss of poetry. Most often such a problem haunts very reliable units, which, it would seem, do not even need to be serviced. They will still pass their million. Actually, no, they will not. If the engine is not taken care of, its resource will dramatically decrease. In some cases, the engine turns into this or this, and then you have one last chance to change the situation. Raskoxoil Valera is a powerful flushing agent for your engine. It frees oil rings, flushes oil drainage channels, dissolves varnish, soot, and sludge extremely effectively without clogging the oil supply channels. Valera is absolutely safe for rubber products in the engine, plastic, sealant, but with strict adherence to the instructions. Before starting the procedure, it is important to check the amount of oil and find out its exact volume. For 5 liters goes 1 bubble, or 25 mg per liter, if you have a volume greater than 5 liters. This car has about 5 liters of oil, so 1 vial will be enough. You should not overdo the dosage, as well as will not be sufficient efficiency if you pour less than necessary. And now, let's proceed directly to flushing. Warm up the engine to operating temperature. After that, turn off the engine and pour the composition into the old oil. Then start the engine again. For effective cleaning, it is necessary to hold the engine speed at 2000 for 20 minutes. After this time, turn off the engine and drain the oil. For clarity, we decided to take samples at each stage of flushing. Signed, 1-1. We install a new filter. Or in fresh EMP auto oil. Warm up the engine to operating temperature. Turn off the engine and re-pour the additive. Start the engine again for 20 minutes and keep 2000 RPM. Drain the oil and take sample number 2. Pour in fresh EMP auto oil. Again, warm up the engine to operating temperature, and then pour another can of flush. 2000 RPM for the next 20 minutes. We blow out the engine. Drain the oil. Take the third sample. Repeat flushing until the used oil becomes light. Remove the oil pan and visually inspect how well the engine has been washed. In our case, the sump is aluminum. But if the composition is used in engines with a painted crankcase pan, it is necessary to make sure of the integrity of the paint coating. If necessary, remove the paint. Put the oil pan on a new gasket. Change oil filter for a new one. We drain fresh oil VMP Auto. Let the engine run for 15 minutes and drive it outdoors. Flushing is completed. Be sure to change the oil with Raskox oil and oil filter before the engine cools down completely. Do not leave oil with Raskox oil for more than 1 hour after changing the filter and oil. Immediately start the engine and let it run for 10-15 minutes. The fact is that if this is not done, then, accordingly, the Raskox oil can settle on the walls, and this will not be very good. It is necessary that it flushed with clean, fresh oil. And here are all the steps in the decracking process. The oil is drained lighter and lighter, and you need to repeat this procedure until you have enough clean oil coming from the engine. This will give the engine a chance to live longer. Of course, you should not expect a miracle, but nevertheless, washing will give your heavily encrusted engine a chance to breathe, because the rings will come off. In all likelihood, more sludge and slag, which spoils the thermal regime of your engine, will be gone, and the engine will be able to exist more and more.